We are now joined by Maggie Collette, who is a certified positive psych coach, motivational speaker, Hay House author, and founder of the global health empowerment brand Think Like a Boss. Maggie, hello, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm very well, thank you. How are you,
I'm
George?
good, thank you so much for joining me, really appreciate it. Right, let's dive straight into the questions.
Sure.
Okay? So, what inspired you to start Think Like a Boss?
I'm just going to rewind 8 years or so to my previous career, because it was actually a moment that happened on a plane. So I used to be in the corporate world,
Okay.
and I used to work in the private banking industry. And it was very fast paced. You know, I had a lot of stress, anxiety, burnout. And I actually collapsed en route to Mexico City, which is where I was going for work.
Okay.
Now, the stewards brought me round and they said, you know, at the time I was mortified. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, I'm so sorry. And they said, oh, no, don't worry, honey. It happens to our business passengers all the time.
Really?
And that was the light bulb moment for me that made me almost stop me in my tracks. And I said, you know what? No, this does not get to be my new norm. So that was a really pivotal moment in my career at the time, because that was the almost like the point that made me decide to take the courageous move and walk away from that industry that I'd been in for over 11 years. And I decided that I wanted to create something on my own.
Yeah.
So I walked away from that. I went traveling for 6 months to find myself. And then I decided that I wanted to build something myself. I wanted to start my own business, my own brand, but more importantly, I wanted to start a community which really empowered people to believe in themselves and to just take the jump and do something a little bit different, and to also really focus on their health and their well-being, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental.
Yeah.
And we all know the impact as well that being in a stressful environment can have on your day-to-day. So that's really what inspired me to go on this crazy journey where I've created an incredible brand that's, you know, that my content lands with millions of people every single day. And it's just, I'm just here to just help people almost like realise that there is more out there, and to listen to the nudge inside and to listen to their body as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, you did, didn't you? You literally listened to your body, and it was your body telling you enough's enough, and you realised and you took the jump, and here we are.
Yeah.
Talking about it. So
Absolutely.
that's exciting. I love that you've built a community. That's a big thing. And I feel that a lot of people don't focus on that side of things. They focus on me, but it's actually, there's so many people that have, we all have our differences and variables, but we're all wanting to work towards similar goals or whatnot. So what does thinking like a boss really mean to you?
So you can be doing absolutely anything, okay? So it's not specific about being an actual business owner. It's almost taking charge of your own life. It's standing in your power. It's taking control back instead of giving it out to other people, which can be so easy to do, especially in the workplace.
Yeah.
And it's actually really just getting clear on, okay, what is it that I want? What is it that makes me happy? What is it that lights me up? What is it that makes me feel good? So it really is that power piece of taking control of your life. And also you get to hire, fire and promote accordingly,
I mean, yeah, that's fun.
So if you're surrounded by friends or, people in your inner circle, I'm sure you've heard of the saying, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And if they're not supporting you, if they're not uplifting you, championing you, then that's just something to really think about,
What happens if you don't have 5 people?
There are so many incredible networks and communities out there. So if you're feeling right now that you're almost a bit of a lone wolf, or you haven't found your people yet, then really think about what it is that you get enjoyment out of, you know, whether it's a sport, whether it's an activity, and just put yourself out there. Go out there and meet people. There are like-minded people everywhere, but sometimes it just takes us getting really clear on actually what we enjoy rather than doing things that we've always done because we're trying to people please.
Yeah. Interesting. Really fascinating stuff already. So you mentioned obviously a bit about your personal journey at the start and how, you know, you got to where you are. But what about the next portion? So what happened then? So, you know, obviously you got going and you know.
I got going and it was hard. You know, I'll be honest, I walked away from that career 8 years ago, and for the first couple of years, so 2018, 2019, it was kind of like I was throwing spaghetti at the wall a little bit. So I wasn't treating my business. Yes.
Why aren't you sticking?
I know. And I wasn't treating it seriously. I wasn't treating growing a brand and a community seriously. And then it got to the point where the money was running out, and it was either go back into the world that I knew that had almost killed me, or it was, okay, let's get serious about this. Let's see how I can actually build this massive community that I've dreamed of building, and let's work for it, and let's be consistent. And so often we stop ourselves from doing certain things because we worry about what other people will think, or we're not seeing the results that we want to see straight away. And the fact is, the results don't happen overnight.
That they don't.
So overnight success is years in the making. Like, if you decide you want to run a marathon, you're not suddenly going to go out running every day for a week and achieve your personal best. You know, it takes months and months and sometimes years to...
Consistency.
Absolutely. Consistency. It's the discipline as well. And I always say as well, you know, motivation can get you going, but it's the discipline that keeps you growing.
Oh, amen to that. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
And you're not always going to feel like it. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to want to get out of bed at 6 a.m. and go and train. But when you're working towards a bigger purpose and a bigger mission, like, always you have to get clear on what your why is. Like, why am I doing this action? Like, how is it gonna make me feel? Like, what is the impact that I'm gonna create off the back of it? So always circle it back to that.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting because you say a lot of what I say to my clients all the time. Like, you know, motivation comes and goes, ebbs and flows. Every high there's a low, every low there's a high. Okay, but you just have to, it's about how you deal with it. It's about having that discipline and that consistency. And even when you want to be consistent and you can't, that's where the discipline takes over. It's about crossing the T's and dotting the I's every day, doing something. Just do.
Absolutely.
That's what I say to them. I say, just do. Doesn't matter how it looks, doesn't matter what it is, just do something.
100%. You know, I was in New York a few months ago on the US leg of my book tour, and I kid you not, I quite literally had a 10-minute window to get a workout in the hotel gym.
Oh, really?
It took me a minute and a half to get into the gym, and then I calculated that I only had 6 minutes to be able to do some form of exercise. So I got onto that treadmill. I literally pounded the treadmill for 6 minutes, and then it took me a minute and a half to get back to my room, and then a quick shower, turnaround.
Flawless afterwards, and you were like, I'm ready.
Oh, I wish I was flawless. But my point being is, so many other people would have thought, oh, 6 minutes? No, that's not enough time. So I'm not going to bother going to the gym today.
Well,
But it's that mindset of, okay, this is the window I have. I'm going to maximize the window I have. And I felt great after those 6 minutes, and I felt accomplished, and I thought, do you know, at least I've done something, and it was enough to get my heart rate up and also to release those endorphins as well. So, you know, people use so many excuses that keep them stuck, or that stop them from almost, you know, creating a better life for themselves. And it's time to just stop with the excuses and start taking the action.
I mean, I've, you know, smashed my head against the wall so many times I don't actually have a roof anymore because I've got rid of all the walls. I just live in rubble because I just bang my head against the wall all the time with the amount of excuses I hear.
Yeah.
Just like I say to people, I made a mistake, I'll start Monday. You've realised you made the mistake. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. At 9:01, start.
Exactly.
What? I can do that. Yeah, you can do anything. Just do. So, mindset.
Did you know that the average British person uses 5 excuses a day to get out of certain activities and plans? Whether it's healthy eating, whether it's making excuses not to do some form of exercise. But yeah, the average British person, 5 excuses a day.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's way too many.
Think about how many that is in a year.
Yeah. Well,
and where you could be if you actually, did the thing and took the action.
Oh, well, I mean, 6 to 12 months of consistency can really propel you in a half decent direction.
100%.
Not going to get you where you want, but it's, depending on what your goal is and whatnot,
It's a start.
It's a very good start.
Yeah.
Do you ever struggle with self-doubt? And if so, how do you overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that everyone faces continuously. And I think when you're looking to do something new and something different, this is where it crops up more and more, because you're almost asking yourself that question of, or you're saying to yourself, who am I to do this when you've not done something before?
Yeah.
And it also ties in a lot with imposter syndrome as well. It's like feeling like you're an imposter because you've not done it before. But I always invite people to almost pattern interrupt. So if you're suddenly doubting yourself about a particular thing, that's because you've got your voice in your head. Interrupt that voice with someone else's voice. The best way I do that is I actually listen to, podcasts that almost really get me, like stop me in my track.
Motivational stuff?
Yeah, motivational stuff. Like I used to listen to a lot of Tony Robbins.
Okay.
There's so many incredible podcast shows out there. But pattern interrupt, and the second you hear someone else's voice, you're no longer thinking about that thing. And also it's about taking the action. The more so if you're doubting your ability to do something, do it anyway, because you don't know until you try.
So true.
The worst case scenario is you'll be in the exact same position that you were in before. And I always say that you only win or you learn, you never ever lose. So just do something different to just get out of your head. And also working out is amazing as well. It just gets your mind. Like when you're working on your physical strength, it has such a massive impact on your mental strength as well.
I really like full forwards. Full, but just full forwards.
Yeah.
Because at least you're further ahead than you were before. And that's what kind of learning is, really, isn't it? We have to learn, adapt and grow, and so many people have that defeatist mentality.
Yeah.
I'm hot on my clients when it comes to stuff like that, because it's important, Stop thinking that the world is out to get you. Sometimes we're unlucky, but just don't make excuses.
No, and also look for the evidence.
Yes.
Look for evidence of other people having done the thing that you want to do. If the evidence is there, which it always is, if you want to be an astronaut, then you can actually, I'm not saying you can do that overnight, but with enough training, a decade from now, you can go ahead and completely make that change. So just look for the evidence. And also, there will be points as well where sometimes people project their own fears onto you.
Yes.
So if someone tells you that you can't do something, I'm always going to say to you, don't listen to that person.
Yeah.
They're just worried because they can't do it. Like, don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do something or that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Find the proof that someone else has done it and then go out there and take the action and keep going.
Yeah, certainly agree. Certainly agree. So, was writing your book challenging, or did you find it quite natural as like your next step?
It was natural in terms of it was the next step in terms of the growth and evolution of the brand and of me, but hands down, anyone who's ever written a book will tell you it's one of the hardest things that you will ever do. Okay. It cracks you wide open because you're almost sharing, you're going back into almost the archives, and you're identifying certain experiences that might have happened in the past, and you're looking to really educate and help the reader with a particular problem. Yeah. So you almost have to go back through that struggle understand the learnings, but you're almost going through this process of like you're processing, you know, potentially like past traumas. But it's also very healing. It's one of the most healing things you can do. So it does come full circle. And at the end, like, you know, imposter syndrome definitely crops up a lot because you're thinking,
I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't have.
You're also, you're very aware of the fact that this is going out into the public space. Like, people are going to read it. People are going to write reviews on Amazon. Critics are going to read it. And you have zero control over what other people are going to say. And you have to get okay with that. As long as you stand by what you're writing.
Oh, yeah.
And you believe it can impact, you know, even just one person's life.
Yeah.
Then the job is done.
Couldn't agree more. One person, yeah.
Yeah, just and it creates a ripple effect. One person becomes two becomes four, so on and so forth.
Each person has to just tell one person.
Yeah. And then it
multiplies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Never
so true.
Underestimate the impact of that one person or that one encounter.
Yeah. No, you're true. You're so right. Yeah, you're so right. Right, last few questions. Okay. How can someone start building confidence if they're feeling stuck?
Okay, if you're feeling stuck, I'd almost invite you to do a bit of a life audit. So look at all the different key areas of your life and ask yourself, where is it that I feel stuck right now? And then look for someone who's already mastering that particular skill or that particular activity. Try and learn from them. Come up with a bit of an action plan, take it step by step, work your way methodically through that action plan. And what you'll find is little by little, a little becomes a lot. So a month down the road, you'll suddenly realise, oh my goodness, I started a month ago. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had no experience or confidence in this thing. But now I've actually already done this. And it is easier, and I feel like I can set myself an even bigger goal now. So learn from people who are where you want to be, come up with your own action plan, take it step by step, and surround yourself as well with like-minded people and with content and with education that's really just going to boost your morale and lift you up and almost be that cheerleader for you as you're going out there and you're doing the thing. Yeah, and that would probably go for the same for someone who's wanting to kind of change their life and doesn't know where to start as well, right? 100%, yeah. 100%. Okay. Well, that was going to be my next Your next question.
Yeah. So, okay, 2 birds with 1 stone. It's great. Right, Maggie.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Where can people find you? Social media, website, YouTube? Tell us, please.
Biggest platform is Instagram. We've got 2.3 million followers on there. So if you just go over to Instagram, look for thinklikeaboss.co. You'll find me on there. Website www.thinklikeaboss.co, and LinkedIn as well.
Amazing. Maggie, thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right, guys, coming up after this short break, I'll be joined by Dr. Nancy Allen, registered GP and founder and CEO of GP Direct Online.